Hello everybody, welcome to our groups. Today our main topic is about sports and extreme environments. Our group has 4 members. There are Jack, Hoa, Nina, and Mike. So I want to tell you guys about 4 main parts of our presentation today. First is about what are extreme environments. Second is like just specific. Third is the type of sports. And finally is there are some precautions for people to survive or to live in these extreme environments. And now is Jack. He is going to tell you about what are extreme environment and the 2 main environments that our group chose to present today.
Thank you, Nina. Now let's get to the definition of extreme environments. So extreme environments is a kind of habitat that characterized by harsh environmental condition and it beyond the optimal range for the development of humans. Now let's get specifically with polar region, for example. Polar region is an extremely cold environment that are those with stable temperatures below 5 degrees Celsius. Organisms that live in extremely cold environments are called psychophytes, and this is one of the hardest environment for people to live or to survive in. Let's get to the second hardest to live or survive environment, that is desert region. Desert region, extremely hot environments that are characterized by regular temperatures higher than 45 degrees Celsius. Some microorganisms like bacterium, virus, or even fungus are able to develop at temperatures higher than 80 degrees Celsius, and they are called hyperthermophiles. These organisms are associated with hydrothermal. This hydrothermal mean is relating to the action of heated water in the Earth's crust, for example, the hot springs activities. And now let's get to the physical characteristic of polar region. So for polar region, for the part vegetation, very few plant species can survive in extreme climates with the exception of hundreds of species of lichens, mosses, and algae. For the climate, this is a long period of cold winter with the average in temperatures mostly under freezing annually. About the precipitation here, the amount is very little because the environment is extremely cold, so that the air cannot be able to hold much water vapor. About soil, the soil is covered in ice throughout the years. Finally, about the animals here, in polar regions, the most common animals are polar bears that live in the Arctic and penguins that live in Antarctic. White whales, seals, and snowy owls are also found there. Next, let's get to the physical characteristic of the desert region. So for desert region, these environments are often affected by geothermal activities such as the geysers and atmospheres of continental volcanic regions or deep sea vents, as you can see in the image.
So Jess has already told you about the definition and also the physical characteristics of these 2 regions. And now I want to let you understand more about these 2 extreme environments. First is their locations and next is about their risks. About their location, as you can see in the pictures of the map, the purple area are the cold regions and the orange area are the desert regions. So there are some countries that belong to polar regions such as Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Alaska in the USA, and the Siberia regions of Russia. And about the desert regions, so Sahara's of North Africa, the largest hot desert is belong to the desert regions, and also the deserts of the southwestern of US, Mexico, and Australia. So about their risk, first let's talk about polar regions. In fact, this region has extremely low temperature with violently strong wind, so it is very easy for people to have heart conditions and illness. This environment is surrounded by ice and ice, so it's very easy for people to lose their balance or fall down and get injury. And it is obvious that in these regions don't have a lot of food and limit animal fresh that people can eat. So as the result, people will be starved to death. Finally, in these regions, they have polar bears. So this one is the one of the most dangerous and also deadly predators on the earth. If they see human, they will catch and eat human meat. And finally is the dangers of desert regions. So dehydration has been the most common reason why people get exhausted quickly. And at some point in a day, a sandstorm appears and blocks the player's line of sight, leading to being lost from the group or having respiratory disease. Starvation is also the one of the impact of these regions occurs to people because this place don't have a lot of food resource like animal fresh or plants. So even though this place is very dangerous, very challenging for people to survive, but there is a lot of sport or competition occurs in these regions. And now, Mai will let you know some types of sport that occurs or available in this extreme environment.
First of all, talk about the extremely cold weather. We have the sport called ice boating. Ice boating is kind of winter sport that sailing or racing on ice on a modified boat. So actually, ice boating is kind of a safe sport where if you know like the structure, you follow the structure and you follow like be safe for yourself. However, the accidents still occur and injury or death is still possible. So due to the high speed, the boat can crash into like the extremely cold weather, which is can freeze the runner. I would say the leg, the sternum, the nose, and the ribs are the most vulnerable area. So according to the numerous statistics, there is huge number of people who have been injured or even died from ice boating every year. Next, let's talk about the extremely hot weather, which is in desert region. We have the buggy racing. So buggy racing is a kind of racing that we use a buggy car with the toplets, the topless. So the toplet is the main reason why people get injured in this sport because you know when you race a car on sand, it's easy to lose your balance and crack your neck, which is kind of hurt and you know injures yourself.
So next I will talk about part 4, what precautions people can take to avoid the risk. Extreme cold, you need a books. Functional concepts include protection of the foot and leg. Next is snow goggle. Goggles are external part of skiing or snowboarding, key to protect your eye from the element and electricity. Next is a winter parka. This is a parka cover all of the important parts. It warm, waterproof, blocks the wind, and is decently breathing for use in middle temperatures. Next is slacks. Slacks are especially useful in winter. The most important tool in kitchen is knife because if while out if you cannot complete any kind of work, you will need to sharp tip to complete any type of dish because with a sharp knife you can cut any food. Next, for the next part is the thing you need for extremely hot desert regions. Hot are great because for of these usefully they will provide protection against the harmful sun rays. Next is sunglasses. Sunglasses is the most important benefit of wearing sunglasses is that they protect your eye from UV light. And the last one is camel. Camel are the most important because it carry heavy loads and transport the people. They can also use to block and to work as water pump. Camels supply milk and meat. That is and thank you for listening.